Life, in all its forms, strives for continuity. From the smallest microorganisms to the tallest trees, the ability to reproduce is fundamental. For flowering plants, this continuity is entrusted to a process of remarkable beauty and complexity: sexual reproduction. This intricate dance ensures the survival and propagation of plant species, painting our world with vibrant colors and diverse forms. It is a testament to the power of nature's ingenuity, a delicate balance of attraction, adaptation, and ultimately, creation. Without reproduction, plant species would face an inevitable decline, their genetic legacy lost to the passage of time. Each flower, a masterpiece of evolution, holds the key to this vital process. Within its delicate petals and intricate structures lies the power to generate new life, ensuring the continuation of the plant's lineage. The flower, a symbol of beauty and fragility, is, in essence, a sophisticated reproductive factory. Its structure, a testament to millions of years of evolution, is exquisitely designed to facilitate the union of male and female gametes. This botanical marvel is typically composed of 4 whorls, each playing a crucial role in the reproductive process. The outermost whorl, the calyx, comprises sepals, often green and leaf-like, which protect the developing bud. The corolla, the next layer, typically showcases vibrant petals, attracting pollinators with their alluring colors and patterns. These 2 whorls, though not directly involved in reproduction, play a vital supporting role. The heart of the flower's reproductive system lies in the androecium and gynoecium, the male and female reproductive organs, respectively. The androecium, typically composed of multiple stamens, is responsible for producing and releasing pollen. Each stamen consists of a slender filament topped by an anther, the pollen-producing powerhouse. Within the anther, a remarkable process unfolds: microsporogenesis. This intricate dance of cell division and differentiation leads to the formation of microspores, each destined to become a pollen grain. These tiny vessels, carrying the male genetic material, are the key to fertilization. At the flower's center lies the gynoecium, often referred to as the pistil. This structure, usually flask-shaped, consists of the stigma, the style, and the ovary. The stigma at the top acts as the receptive surface for pollen grains. The style, a slender stalk, connects the stigma to the ovary, the chamber where the female gametes are produced and nurtured. Within the ovary, ovules develop, each containing a megaspore mother cell. This cell undergoes meiosis, a specialized cell division, to produce 4 megaspores. Typically, only one survives, developing into the embryo sac, the female gametophyte, where fertilization will eventually occur. Section 5. A dance of pollen, pollination and its agents. For fertilization to occur, the pollen grains carrying the male gametes must journey from the anther to the stigma of a compatible flower. This process, known as pollination, is a critical step in the reproductive cycle of flowering plants. Nature has evolved an astonishing array of mechanisms to facilitate this transfer of genetic material. Some plants rely on the wind, scattering vast quantities of pollen into the air, hoping some will land on receptive stigmas. Others utilize water currents, particularly aquatic species, to transport their pollen. However, the most fascinating pollination strategies involve partnerships with animals. Section 6. Nature's matchmaker, ensuring genetic diversity. While self-pollination, where pollen from a flower fertilizes its own ovules, is possible in some species, many plants have evolved mechanisms to favor cross-pollination, the transfer of pollen between different individuals. This promotes genetic diversity, making the offspring more resilient to environmental changes and diseases. Some plants have separate male and female flowers on the same individual, preventing self-fertilization. Others exhibit dichogamy, where the male and female reproductive organs mature at different times. These adaptations, along with various biochemical and structural barriers, ensure that genetic material is shared between different individuals, enhancing the species' chances of survival. Section 7. A union of 2. The miracle of double fertilization. Once a compatible pollen grain lands on the stigma, a remarkable journey begins. The pollen grain germinates, producing a pollen tube that grows down through the style, carrying the male gametes towards the ovary. This tube, guided by chemical signals from the female gametophyte, penetrates the ovule through a tiny opening called the micropyle. Inside the ovule, a unique event unfolds: double fertilization. One male gamete fuses with the egg cell, forming the zygote, the first cell of the new individual. The second male gamete fuses with the two polar nuclei in the embryo sac, forming the triploid endosperm nucleus. This double fertilization event is a hallmark of flowering plants. Section 8. From flower to seed, the transformation begins. Following double fertilization, the flower undergoes a dramatic transformation. The petals wither and fall away, while the ovary begins to swell, developing into the fruit. Inside the ovary, the ovules transform into seeds, each containing a dormant embryo and a nutrient-rich endosperm, ready to nourish the new plant when conditions are favorable. The embryo, a miniature plant in waiting, consists of a radicle, which will become the root, a plumule, which will develop into the shoot, and one or two cotyledons, seed leaves, that will provide initial nourishment during germination. The seed, a masterpiece of packaging, protects the embryo and provides it with the resources it needs to survive until it can establish itself as a photosynthetic organism. Section 9. Beyond the norm, Apomixis and Polyembryony. While sexual reproduction is the norm for most flowering plants, some species exhibit intriguing variations. Apomixis, for instance, allows certain plants to produce seeds without fertilization. This asexual reproduction method can be advantageous in stable environments, allowing for rapid colonization and the preservation of desirable traits. Polyembryony, another fascinating phenomenon, involves the development of multiple embryos within a single seed. This can occur through various mechanisms, including the fertilization of multiple egg cells or the splitting of a single embryo. Polyembryony can enhance the chances of successful germination and establishment, particularly in challenging environments. These intriguing deviations from the typical sexual reproduction pathway highlight the incredible diversity and adaptability of the plant kingdom. They demonstrate that nature is constantly experimenting, refining, and innovating, ensuring the continuation of life in its many wondrous forms.